Welcome to iHeart Realty. Hey you guys, today we will be talking about pros of purchasing a home and pros for renting. As we enter the new year, I know many of you guys are probably deciding, is now the time to buy? So we want to give you some pros on that. And the first pro we're going to jump right into is going to be building equity. So you purchase a home, normally you're putting 3.5% down, maybe even a little bit more. You can always add payments, towards your principal.
Towards your principal to pay it down.
And then that again builds up equity. So that's one of the pros in purchasing a home.
So another pro is that your mortgage interest can be tax deductible and you can be able to write that off, as well as your property tax and your mortgage points.
The next pro is the equity built within your home. The equity can be used for maybe some financial expenses like college kids, that's a big expense.
Renovations,
repairs, or any other, projects that you may have around the house that you may need.
Right.
So, that's a great pro in purchasing a home.
And a recommendation, don't pull out all the equity out of a home. You want to make sure that you don't risk going upside down and owing more on your property than it's worth. So just be careful about that. Yeah. Another pro is that you own your own home. So you don't have a landlord telling you or evicting you or increasing your rent or anything like that. If you have a fixed mortgage, you know that you're going to have the same payment for the life of that loan, and you can pay it off, as soon as you want, especially if your mortgage says that there's no payoff.
Prepayment penalty.
Any prepayment penalty. So that's also a great benefit from owning your own property. So if you're not ready to buy, here are the pros for renting.
Normally with renting, you have one payment. With the mortgage or owning a home, you'll either have an HOA, you have to fix for the repairs, maybe you need new appliances. So there are more costs to owning a home versus renting. So again, you have to weigh the options as to what it is you're ready to dive into.
Another pro for you that aren't so handy is that someone else gets to do the repairs and put the bill for it. So that is a pro to renting. When you are a homeowner, you got to pay for all of those repairs yourself. If it's really big, the insurance company will do it. But when you rent, it's your landlord. They're the ones responsible for any repairs unless your contract says otherwise.
So if you've never purchased a home before, the process to purchase with the lender is a lot.
Yes.
It's not that easy. And the reason I say that is because many times lenders require a lot of documentation.
Your entire life.
Yeah.
Everything you've ever had on paper, they require it.
Now, versus renting, usually they'll just, look for, you fill out one application, they'll verify maybe employment, verify
background check,
background check. Yeah, simple stuff, not too grueling. And so that is one of the benefits, versus the purchasing.
Right.
Another thing with renting also, normally it's just your either security and a small down payment, like a first month's rent. When you're purchasing home, you need at least 3.5% as a down payment from the purchase price. So,
or 3% for some conventional, but you still require that plus closing costs. So there are a lot of costs involved in purchasing a home or renting. It's usually your first, last, and security and deposit. So believe it or not, that is a lot less than what you would have to come to the table with to purchase a home. The last pro to renting is that there's no investment risk if the market does change. So while there are a lot of pros to renting, we always love when people are ready to buy, and not just because we're in real estate, but because we see how excited homeowners are to own their own piece of real estate. And so if you're ready, we would love to help.
Thank you for joining us on this segment of
iHeart Realty.